Hello, Amos Starfer here. Just making a quick video to give some updates regarding LifeSTEM Academy Moorhead, LifeSTEM Academy Grand Forks, and just where things are at, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. LifeSTEM Academy itself has, there's a business that ran the school, and now the school in Moorhead, Minnesota, is actually coming to an end this semester. So this, for the 5-day students, they continue until the end of the year. That's where they'll be going and working on their materials. And then at the end of March, the formal LifeSTEM Academy Homeschool Hybrid will end. However, I've already got people reaching out, providing support and some sort of structure, but those details will come out later. So basically, there's some parent volunteers that have opportunities for middle school, high school to just provide continuity in terms of doing their homework and things like that. We will still provide all of the scheduling for the rest of the year. If you want to continue with the textbooks we're using, we have all of that. I've already sent that out for world history. I've sent that out for biology. Mrs. Owen is going to be sending the one for English, and then I'll be sending a follow-up for math. But one of the reasons why LifeSTEM Academy as an entity is unique is that we actually don't take breaks from math. So people actually continue. So if you finish pre-algebra, for example, in March, we had a student who just did that. Well done. You actually start Algebra 1 right away. So we don't do math like, oh, I'm doing Algebra 1 this year, and when I finish it, I just play for the rest of the year in the summer and then continue Algebra 2 next fall. I actually encourage people to continue. So if you finish Algebra 1, continue into Algebra 2. If you finish Algebra 2, continue into Geometry. If you finish Geometry, continue into Trig. If you finish Trig, continue into Calculus, and so on and so forth. That is one of the reasons why I believe personally, and there's data, of course, to back it up, and it's common sense, but I know common sense is lost these days. But I believe that there is no reason to take 3 months off from math. There's just no reason to do that. Math is like a basketball skill that you need to keep practicing, right? It's a skill that needs regular review. So my program on My Open Math, the sub class we've created on My Open Math, or my program on Teachable, those are available to all LifeSTEM Academy students as long as they want it. There's no they have access to it. Okay, so just so you're aware, if you have access to pre-algebra or algebra 1, algebra 2, you can keep that and just use it as much as you want. We are also available through email. I have a team member who people can call, Nathan Jersett, and he can meet with you over the internet, over Zoom. So we're still available to help you through with your math. So we have biology schedule done. We have it for the rest of the year. World history schedule done. Government schedule done. English schedule. And then math schedule is based on where people are at. But I'll send you the roadmap for kind of all of math, all the way to calculus. When you get to calculus, everything is much easier and better laid out in America. So that's number one major update. LifeSTEM Academy Moorhead students, you have all the syllabus materials you need. I will take over the science syllabus for the middle school. Well, there will be a syllabus potentially, but I will make sure that you get what you need for that as well. So I'm still available. Again, I'm sorry about the change. I'm sorry about all the pieces for this year. And yeah, so just so you know, we are here to help you finish cross the finish line well. I will be in touch with those parents tomorrow, and I'll have concrete answers for what things could look like with some of the people that are collaborating. They want to have collaboration opportunities for their students. So I want to provide that to our students as well. Okay, LifeSTEM Grand Forks, however, has chosen to carry on into the fall, into the next school year, have a plan. They are going to be a non-profit organization that will, they'll have their own board, and then they'll continue on with the hybrid school. So LifeSTEM Grand Forks is going to be LifeSTEM Grand Forks. That's the name. For LifeSTEM Moorhead, though, you should have received an email from Pastor Steve Finley at the Summit Church in West Fargo. He sent out an email, and he has the information and a date set, March 26th. On that date, you get to meet the director, Marianne Wotrich, and Carissa Hovland, the Dean of Students. And you get to see the Summit Church in West Fargo, where the program will happen starting in the fall. So that's a major update. You should have that information in your email. I will be available over Zoom on the 18th of March, or the 19th, on the 18th of March, sorry, specifically. If you want to join Zoom around 6 o'clock, I would love to just talk with any families that are processing all of the changes. I am available even over this spring break, but I know that people have plans, and so yeah, just reach out to me, please, at any time. We really want to be careful. We know this is hard for people, and it could cause hurt, and we just want to be there and answer any questions that you have. Just please reach out to me directly. I would love to talk. Okay, now that that's said, I have some updates that are specific to LifeSTEM Grand Forks, as well as sort of the academic plan for LifeSTEM Academy students, wherever they might exist. Here's what I mean. There are students who have followed the journey of some of what we're doing and have done some of our math, or they've done a little bit of our science curriculum. So we have students who are sort of in this trying to follow the model of STEM that we do. So I just want to share in this next part of the video, I want to take a moment to just share about what are some unique features of the fall. And so what I'm going to do is I've provided a lot of updates for those two campuses. Let me now go over the details for LifeSTEM for LifeSTEM curricula, if that makes sense. So here's what I mean. This year, there was a lot of world history at LifeSTEM, both in Grand Forks and Morehead, right? So my plan, before things changed a lot on us, over the past few months, before we decided that this was best for us to move, is that we were going to do a focus on U.S. history for next year. So, for example, I have a couple of books here. I actually have, this is like a book that will be a great resource to read for a Patriot's History of the United States. So this will be a great book. I mean, it's pretty long, but it'll be a great book to get an understanding of some of the different aspects of U.S. history. So, Notgrass has a U.S. history textbook. Bob Jones has a U.S. history textbook. But I'm just saying, finding a good book and going through U.S. history, the plan was to do like a Notgrass, literature, and U.S. history in the fall. So for LifeSTEM Academy parents right now who have followed us from geography to world history, the next automatic history would have been U.S. history. So again, this will now apply more to students who are following our curriculum guide. You could do anything with any of the campuses or any homeschool program you're doing, but this is just giving you an idea of what would have been next in the sequence. So U.S. history was the next big thing. Okay, science. We've done biology this year. The next big thing would have been chemistry, right? And chemistry requires math review. So please, again, all LifeSTEM Academy students who have any access to any of the math programs have the option to continue using those as a supplement to whatever they're doing. Those who are using Math Mammoth, I actually have an extra document that I'll be sharing with you, and it provides you with all the answers to all the problems in your Math Mammoth book, if you see what I mean. So I have all the answers in an answer booklet. Stay tuned for that link coming to you soon. Okay, so for history, it was U.S. history was next. For science, chemistry was next. Or physical science, that's the other one. I'll tell you a little secret, American students. If you know anybody who is trying to finish school efficiently, they should actually have physical science and chemistry at the same time. Here's why. Because in physical science, they'll ask you to learn the elements of the periodic table, and in chemistry, they'll ask you to learn the elements of the periodic table. So you'll be killing two birds with one stone. I mean, how cool is that? Like, you can get 2 science credits. Now, if you want to go intense, if you want to go Nigerian mode, are you ready? You can do physical science, chemistry, and physics at the same time. Without sweating. I'm serious. You could actually do it. And that's kind of the vision of LifeSTEM. It was always to have multiple sciences, but I actually sensed many times thinking through everything that we had some work to get to that point. And as a visionary, my problem was that I was trying to get to a point too quickly. And now I've learned that it's okay to take smaller steps. Don't just run out too far. Take smaller steps. So you can do physical science and chemistry and physics at the same time if you want. Or you could just choose to do physical science, or you could do chemistry. Those are ideas. Again, I am available to answer questions about curriculum. I'm just throwing out a vision, a dream of what I would have loved to see someday. And by God's grace, that might happen at some point in some avenue, right? Even as a medical physicist, we have opportunities to actually teach. I have opportunities, God willing, that I'll be using to teach, that I'll be given here, hopefully in the near future, to be a physicist instructor. So not only be a physicist at the hospital, but you actually get to teach physics at a local college. And I think that's pretty cool. Okay. So curriculum-wise, we have U.S. history focus with U.S. history literature focus. We have chemistry and physical science would be the next set of sciences that our students will be doing. And then for math, we just continue on. We never stop. We do the counting to calculus model, which means that you just keep learning math until you get to calculus, and then do calculus, and then decide if you want to go into engineering, physics, or chemistry. If you do, then you have to do calculus 2, calculus 3 for the engineers and physicists, and then differential equations and linear algebra. So the idea is, every student that goes through like my math program is encouraged to get to calculus because calculus is beautiful. That's why we do it that way. Okay, so we've talked about the core subjects for what would have happened in the fall in general in Morehead. However, Morehead again will work under the structure of the Summit Church and what they are offering in the fall. For Grand Forks, I will be providing support for curriculum. I'll be providing some support for, consulting with families and answering any questions they have. And so I would recommend 2 more books for Grand Forks and for summer reading for our students. One of them is called The Wright Brothers by David McCullough, and the other one is actually called Mornings on Horseback by David McCullough as well. But notice that you will learn a little bit of American history in the sense of learning more about Teddy Roosevelt, right? And then the Wright brothers, you'll be learning about just innovation, invention, and that's pretty cool. So these are some of the types of videos I'll be making as I'm going on with my life day to day and seeing different books that I believe could be a blessing to families. You might be seeing me release videos. So you'll still see that there's a LifeSTEM Academy page, but please stay tuned for, again, in Fargo, stay tuned for the Summit's information portal, and whatever way they give information, make sure you stay tuned to that. The LifeSTEM Academy page will mostly be posting videos about Grand Forks, as well as just the vision of education that we have as a family, and just to support American education in whatever way we can. Lastly, part of why LifeSTEM Academy exists, as I said, was to provide high quality STEM education. We've written a book called Tools for Mastering Mathematics, which you can buy from my website, or if you want to just sample the PDF, I can get you that as well. In that book, it teaches students how to become very good at math. It gives them strategies for being good at math. And then it gives them a whole reference book for everything that they need to be able to refer back to in their math journey. For example, what are the rules of exponents? What are the rules of radicals? Our students are able to do that. We want them to have those resources right available to them at any time, available whenever they need to review the rules of exponents. It's right there for them, right? That's the plan. And so we have Tools for Mastering Mathematics, and we plan to write more math resources. Nathan and I have done some math curriculum work together, and by God's grace, I hope to do more in that, because I want every child to have a solid math foundation. But the other C in the C's of LifeSTEM, and I'm excited to say that the Summit actually has 7 C's. They're very, very good. But in one of the 5 C's of the original LifeSTEM, we had this one called career preparation. And we want to have career preparation because we want kids to have a vision for their lives. We want them to know what they're doing, where they're headed, because if they do, it will help them to apply themselves more. Apathy is on the rise in our culture. How do we push down apathy? By inspiring people to have a vision for life. That is really the reason for LifeSTEM Academy. That was the point, one of the main reasons. Of course, we want to see Christ exalted. We want to see community built. We want to see character development. We want to see content mastered and career preparation happening. So in Grand Forks, Dr. Jean Gullux was the head of the nursing program for a period of time, and she's been involved in medicine for a long time. And so I actually found this cool book. I'll pull it up here. I have a few books I was referring to, but this one is called Fundamentals of Nursing. Okay, so if you know that you want to go into medicine or nursing, it would make sense that you reach out to Grand Forks and reach out to Dr. Jean Gullux to get some insight about being a nurse. If you know you want to be an engineer or you want to explore it, I would encourage you to reach out to Grand Forks. Again, if you live in Grand Forks and you're looking for options for the fall, we have Dr. Harvey Gullux, who's a former chair of the Civil Engineering Department at the University of North Dakota. He can provide that support. There's also Dr. Steve Hill, who is a psychiatrist and was also is teaching biology in Grand Forks. You can also reach out. So there are resources in Grand Forks to help you with your career preparation, with your journey. I have a career preparation, series of videos I've made, and those will continue to be made, because making videos actually for me is something that brings me some excitement in sharing the things I learned, because I want people to have insight as they make decisions. I want middle schoolers and high schoolers in America to have insight. So please be expecting to see videos about career preparation on the LifeSTEM Academy page as well. And lastly, this is the last major thing. One of the things that LifeSTEM Academy is trying to do that is different is we like to teach the history and philosophy of science, right? And my students will know, I have to talk about my friend, James Clerk Maxwell and Michael Faraday. I believe that reading books about them, about their lives, about the way they came about their inventions can inspire our students to come up with their own inventions, right? And so that is something we're going to continue doing with our LifeSTEM Grand Forks and LifeSTEM Online and LifeSTEM, just whatever opportunities we have. I've been blessed to give talks at different avenues, and that's something I'll always be interested in talking about, is the history of science and how it ties to learning science well. So lastly, we will continue to integrate the history and philosophy of science into what we do at our education programs. This is a book called The Return of the God Hypothesis by Dr. Stephen Meyer. And it's another book that I'll be tying into, just again, this is my hobby. I just love learning and sharing what I learn. And so think of some of what Amos's videos will be, or my videos will be, like an online academy of videos to encourage you. Our children need all the help and support they can get in apologetics because we live in very interesting times. We want to prepare them. We want them to flourish in whatever they do for the glory of God. And so again, stay tuned. Pastor Steve Finley will be in touch March 26th at the Summit Church in West Fargo. And then Grand Forks families, please consider reaching out to Jean, Mary, Dietrich to learn more about the program in Grand Forks and how you can get involved. We will continue to do what we can by God's grace to equip students to be a light in the day and age they live in. God bless you and take care.